What's up, YouTube? It's Randy Orton Fan 2011, and a lot of you guys are wondering about my upcoming PORWC series, and it's the PORWC Adidas Knockout Series. I know a lot of you guys are wondering how the tournament's gonna go. Well, guess what? Look no further. I have got all 32 drivers into the bracket, and we are ready to go. So, just so that you know, I will start recording the races in June 1st, which is a Friday. So, I do need to get some summer class work done first before I even start. So, but of course, we'll have a great PORWC Adidas Knockout Series, and it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. So, we'll take a look at how the brackets have been put, and we'll see how the rules will go in this series. So stay tuned. Since there are 32 drivers in this series, I've split all 32 drivers into 4 conferences of 8 drivers each. So basically, think of it as a bit of a playoff thing here. So as you can see here, I have 4 conferences A, B, C, and D. But we'll start off here in Conference A. As you see here, there's many notable names, of course a few unknowns looking to make a name for themselves. We have first the 1-8 matchup, that is Aaron Williams, yours truly. He will face off against the 8-seeded Alex Tanker. The 4-seeded Ryan Cooper will face off against the 5-seeded Randy Carpenter in the first round. The 2-seeded Charles Jackson will face off against the 7-seeded Nicholas Guerra. And the 3-seeded Austin LaPlante will face off against the 6-seeded Callum Wales. Of course, like every tournament, there is a system. Of course, this is a conference system. Of course, the rule in order to win the series and move on to the next round is to win 4 races in a 7-race series. And I'll tell you more about that in another update video later. But right now, there you see. Check out the matchup. Check out the matchups. If you are in Conference A, there is your matchup right there. If you are not in Conference A, you might be in either Conference B, C, or D. So stay tuned for that. Alright, now we take a look at Conference B. As you can see, the different colors, well, don't mind that, but there are 8 different drivers here. Our defending Pepsi Cup Series champion, Dylan Poteet, is a 1-seed, and he will face off against one of the rookies in the PRWC, the 8-seeded Britt Dooley. Then we got the 4-seeded Michael Dawson, facing off against the 5th-seeded Eric Burton in the first round. The 2-seeded Connor Germain, he will face off against the 7-seeded Ryan Juke. And then finally, the 3-seeded Dylan Young will face off against another newcomer, the 6-seeded Steven Whitman. Once again, you'll need to win 4 races in a 7-race series in order to advance to the second round. Of course, by the time you want to become the conference champion, if you want to even be considered into the into any points for this series. So it's very important to make sure you go as far as you possibly can, but unfortunately I can't control anything in this game because everything is simulated, so pretty much it's all luck from this point. Now we take a look at the second half of the drivers. We go to Conference C. As we see, Alexander Dawson, he is our defending PRWC GameStop Cup Series champion. He is the 1-seed, and he will face off against the 8-seeded Matt Wells in the first round. Then we have the 4-seeded Xavier Livingston. He will go up against the 5-seeded Jack Richards. The 2-seeded Red Bell, she will face off against the 7-seeded Rhett Yates, another rookie in the PRWC. And the 3-seeded Matthew McMurray, he will face off against the 6-seeded Robert Young. Of course, this is going to be a very important conference here because, of course, Alexander Dawson, one of the heavy favorites. Of course, all the 1-seeds are really heavy favorites, but don't count out those lower seeds, because they can pull off some big upsets here in the process. Finally, we take a look at Conference D. There are many notable names here. Of course, a few PRWC members involved in Conference D. Of course, Trent Dunham. He is the 1-seed, and he'll face off against a noob known as Michael Harvey. He is the 8-seed. Then we have the 4-seeded Jacob Lawler. He will face off against the 5-seeded Mike Flanagan. Then we have the 2-seeded Danny Wells, another PRWC member, facing off against the 7-seeded Lyndon Wright. And then the final matchup in Conference D is the 3-seeded Alyssa Anderson, and she will face off against the 6-seeded Sean Germain in the first round. Now, just because you think you've won the conference, you won your conference, doesn't mean the tournament's over. You've already won points, but of course, everyone's objective is to win the tournament. Obviously, everyone wants to win the tournament. And I'll have a little more info about that in a little bit. Alright, once you have won your conference, you will now be placed into the semifinal pool. And the way that this will be done is it will be a random draw, and I will randomly select 2 letters. So if I pick A and D, then the conference A champion will face off against the conference D champion in the semifinals, and then of course the conference B champion would face off against the conference C champion in the semifinals. Now, on the other hand, if I pick A and B, then the conference A champion would face off against the conference B champion in the semifinals, and then of course vice versa with conference C and D. Now, even if you lose your semifinal matchup, there is still one more matchup for you for the 3rd place position. Of course, there will be a matchup to determine 3rd place. And of course, obviously, if you do end up winning the semifinals, you'll go on to the finals, and then you will compete in a one last 7 race series for the championship, for the Knockout Series championship. And of course, for the winner of that series will receive 100 points towards all of my PORWC series, and if he or she is in the Pepsi Cup series, he or she will get an automatic qualifying playoff spot. He or she will automatically qualify for the playoffs in the Pepsi Cup series. So it's very important to get that big championship win. Of course, there will be points for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. 2nd place will get 60 points, 3rd place 40 points, and 4th place will get 20 points. Remember that all series in this knockout series are a best of 7. Now, the way I will do this I'm going to do this for this series is that I'll have fairly short races. Now, I'll try to look for road courses, but sometimes I may get stuck on like regular oval tracks, but I will make the races very short, maybe 5 or less laps, because I want everything to go fairly quickly. As you know, the system that I will go by is I will do the Conference A matchups first, then the Conference B matchups, then the Conference C matchups, and then finally the Conference D matchups. And then I'll be able to go a little quicker by the time I get to the 2nd round. So really, it's all about winning against your opponent. It's all about winning against your playoff opponent in this knockout series. So. But of course, I want to wish everyone, all 32 drivers, I wish them good luck in this PORWC Adidas Knockout Series, and may the best driver win. Alright guys, that's it. Good luck to everyone in the PORWC Adidas Knockout Series. Peace.